everybody to day 2 of the Scrapbooking Fun Summit. I am Heather Cameron, one of your co-hosts, and Tracy is my partner in crime. I'm losing my voice. We have the smoke from the fires out west here in Canada, and my voice is going today, so I apologize if it gets really croaky. Welcome to day 2. We have an amazing lineup today. There are 7 fantastic presentations going out, and we're doing 4 live Q&As, with the first being with the amazing Debbie J.
Yeah. She says amazing. Yeah, I don't know about that.
Before we get to Debbie, we want to thank our sponsors. So we have a number of people who have sponsored us through most of our summits, and today's sponsor is Whimsical Stamps, who has been one of our sponsors for, I think, all except for one summit, I believe. Yeah. And Tracy's going to tell you all about Whimsical Stamps because she loves them. Go ahead, Tracy.
We do love them. I think their stamps are very different, very unique. Of course, they're excellent quality, and that's only their stamps. I don't even talk enough about their dies. They have some different shapes in that, which are really different. But just quickly, because I went and I grabbed a few stamps, but just to give you an idea, okay. So they have some fun ones, as you see.
I have that one.
You probably have them all, Debbie, which is excellent, right? Here's some other ones, and then these do have coordinating dies as well. You'll have things like this is a beer stamp, okay? Another beer older, another beer wiser, just to give you an idea of what they have. And I've mentioned many times, but I'm out of the menopausal stamps and things like that they have. But then they have, I'm going to say, just more serious ones, right? Here's and again, not too serious. It's a happy birthday, but lovely train set, right? And again, they have coordinating papers, dies. Their new line is a lot of nautical fish. I'm going to say, especially fish in that. That's like their new lines. And then a new crafting one as well. I was just snooping on their site, like, oh, what else do you have out there? So you have to check them out. Whimsical Stamps, like I said, great stamps, amazing dies, very unique, different than what you're going to find, and that's what's important to me. And there you go. They are great. Check them out.
Yeah, definitely. And if you're, I guess back here, if you're a VIP, there's a coupon to shop at their store. Cool. So if you're a VIP, check that out. They also included in the VIP, and I got to look at what it is again, a digital package, which they've never done before. They've just usually done the discount, but they've included a digital package in the VIP this time around. So it's if my computer will answer me.
Oh, that's awesome.
Uh-oh. We might be going down on our site.
Oh, no.
Okay, we might not go down on our site. We'll let Heather look at that.
I'm just saying, it's not refreshing. It's really weird. We go down the second day every time, not the first day. There you go. We're down. I'll put a post in Facebook, Tracy.
So
it's weird, only on the second day.
We're going to chat with Debbie a bit.
Good morning, guys.
I love you, Whimsy.
I will come back.
Here, now we're all like,
if and then on the site and you happen to be here, it's down. We will fix it. Nobody panic. We're going to get panic emails. It's always fun. I don't know why it goes down on the second day. It never goes down.
The gremlins woke up. That's it. The tech gremlins woke up and they had to attack.
Oh, I can fix it.
And then you scare them and then they stay away.
I don't know. So you know what it is? Maybe it's the pirates from Whimsical Stamps. How about that?
It could be. It could be.
Because that's another new line of theirs. So, well, anyways, we are still here to welcome you, Debbie. All right, from Debbie J's Crafting Corner. Yes, as many of us know, and if you're new here and you do not know Debbie, you will get to know Debbie very quickly. All right.
Fun.
She is. Her cards are always, well, I just say very lively, right? Which is excellent. Yeah. But Debbie, before we show us your project, tell us a little bit about you.
Oh God. Well, I will say this. I am nuts. There's a bunch of people right now in the chat who will attest to this. We like to have fun. And so several years ago, I started doing this, and I was really kind of just focused on, let's see if I can teach this. And I want to make sure I give good information. And I've come to realize lately that the folks that come and hang out with me every week, they don't really care. They're just there for the crafty party. So if you want to just have fun and learn stuff along the way, I will still be teaching the things, but we do like to have a lot of fun on my channel. We have the folks that are putting up the emotes right now in the chat are probably expecting them to scatter all over the screen. Sorry, guys, that's not working this morning, so we turned it off. We didn't want the stream to go down or have issues and laggy and things. So I went ahead and turned off OBS. So y'all don't have that right now. They normally get a nice warm welcome as soon as they pop into the chat. And on most of my live streams, we give away the card at the end. So they do last a bit because they keep me chatty and we just have a lot of fun. If you're familiar with Twitch, I have stolen some of the ideas that I run on my live streams through Twitch. So some of the ideas over there you'll see on my stream too. And then if you've never gone over there, you'll have no idea what's going on. Look at that. Susan just put up a bunch of, oh my God, and teary smiley faces. Because she wants all the things to happen. I will be going live at noon, guys. We do have another one going on because Spellbinders, their clubs are open for you guys to order today. So that is happening today at noon. So we will be doing that with all the bells and whistles. Other than that, I do love making cards. That's basically all I do. So right now I'm doing live streams on Tuesdays on YouTube and Twitch, live stream on Thursday on Twitch, and then I do additional ones for new releases and such. So we've already done one for the clubs. We've got another one for the clubs today because of new release day. And then on the 10th, we'll have another new release kind of live stream for Spellbinders because that's when those roll out. Plus, I'm on a couple of other design teams. So if you like light up cards, do I have one here? I know I've got one on my desk somewhere. This is one from a video that just went up this morning that's part of a hop.
It's nice too.
Love it. Love it. It is so much fun. So I love making light up cards. I like making all the things. Hot foil, better press. If I have the time to do it, I like all the techniques. I love to do all the things. Some things I haven't spent a lot of time playing with or doing because I just run out of time. It is a thing.
Let's stump you a little bit. All right, make you think.
You made me talk. That's the thing.
Hey, geez, that was really hard to do, eh? You're basically, this is something that we've been asking. Of course, I'm not going to think of the exact words because I'm horrible at memory.
Would you like me to give you the exact words?
Words are hard.
The words are, what's one of the hardest things you've had to conquer in your paper crafting business? In your paper crafting, not your business, but just your paper crafting.
I think probably, I don't know. Most of the time when I'm watching a video, I mean, when I first started, like most of us, we watch a lot of YouTube. YouTube University is a thing, guys. So when I first started with it, I watched a lot of Jennifer McGuire and I would copy exactly or as close as I could get to what she did. And then I do like 12 copies of them so that I could learn the technique. It's gotten to this point, I don't even do, I mean, most of my cards are one-offs. I do them one time. I usually do them on video. So if I mess up, y'all usually see it, or I don't really edit out as much as I used to. So I think probably confidence is probably the biggest thing. And that's like with anything in your life. If you've ever started a job and you go through training, day one, you have no friggin' clue what you're doing. And I think the biggest piece of advice I got at any of the jobs I ever had was back in the 90s when I had my first job as a bank teller, where they told me, accuracy first, speed will come. I mean, we get impatient. We want to get this thing done like yesterday. We want to get to the fun parts, which is putting all the bits together. But then you're die cutting, and it's like, I don't really want to be cranking this thing, and I've got to get. Basically want to get started once all that part is done. Whatever it is that you don't like doing that much, you want to get to the part right after that, so you can start assembling everything and making it just gorgeous.
Okay. That's a very good question. Like a very good answer. Sorry. Sorry. Arlene, I see your question. I'm going to ask it in a bit. All right. Because Debbie, why don't you show us the project that you've done for the summit?
Okay, so
Tell us about it.
one other thing that I do have
Mhm.
problems with, and it's not necessarily a problem with that per se, but I have trouble making myself make an interactive, other than like up cards, but an interactive or fun fold card. Because by the time I get to the stage where I would be creating that part, because I like, just like I said, get the design done. You don't you don't think about, well, you could make this an easel. You could make this a bookbinder. You can make it any of these other fun folds that are super easy to do. I get to that point, oh my God, it's done and it's so cute. Does anybody else get to that? And that's why you don't make the fun folds. This one I did make into a fun fold, and I kind of decided, I think it was kind of near the end. So I love this snail. And I did want to show you that on my stream, we have a command. I think no, it's not a command, it's a button. So only me and one other person have got the command to do that, where this specific little snail goes straight across the screen. Yeah, so this is, I think he's super cute, but this is from a one of the Spellbinders club kits from a couple of months ago. I get some of the products from them as an influencer. This was one I did not get, so I ordered and I had to wait until it came in. So it's like, I needed to do that. So Susan is saying she loves the shiny background. The shiny background is acetate, honey. This is a shaker. Have you seen my video yet? So this is a shaker card. So first off, we've got the background that is with the stamps from that collection. And then we've got the little snail, which was the small die of the month. Oh, you can't hear it. Let me turn on. That's not going to work.
I could hear it.
Oh, you can hear it. Okay, good.
Yes.
So it's got all the little shaker bits in there, but then it's an easel card, so you can have it sitting up on your desk, or the recipient can have it. I don't know that this is going out to anybody. I love this card, though. I think it is super cute, but it's so easy to make an easel card. I could have made it stand up. I should have done it further back. Yeah, I should have done it further back, but that's okay. It's got a little envelope down at the bottom, a couple of little envelopes from the die set to hold it as a stopper. What, did you get married that privilege and not the rest of us? Well, Mary's Crafty Creations is one of my buddies, and she's one of the moderators on my channel. There's several, but I made a specific Stream Deck, if you've heard me talk about, a StreamerBot deck that she can access from her computer in Canada and push a button to make things happen on my live stream in Florida. But I haven't actually gone in and made the command for the rest of you guys. I love you guys. I do. I need to add that, and I haven't done it. I got so many things I want to get done. I love all of you guys. I want to do so many things, and I just don't have the time to do all of the things. I'm working on a video for another summit this weekend. It's like, it's due today. I'm not done yet. You're going to love the card
after. You will. Diana's asking, which is exactly what I was looking at, going, I'm going to ask that. So thank you, Diane. But she's wondering basically, because with a larger sheet of acetate like that, how did you attach it to the card?
This is one that, well, this is not where I bought acetate separate. This is actually, I think I've got them still sitting over here. I've rearranged things in my drawers, so I have to find what I'm looking for. I used this. It's from Rabbit Hole Design. Should be in the supply list. This is it's an A2 shaker acetate sheet. And I can't change my camera. Okay. I'm used to hitting the button and switching things around. Anyway, they come A2 size. So it's 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. You just trim your card panel a little bit more. It's got adhesive on the sides. So you remove the release paper and you attach it, and it's already got it scored at those places where you do the fold.
Jeez.
So they come like this. Pretty much any of the things that we can do with paper and all the things. Sometimes it's easier if you just use one of the tools, meaning you pay for stuff like this instead of doing it with your own acetate. You can do it with your own acetate. You can score it and fold it, but it's going to be more difficult than using one of these.
And then if you were to do that, score it, fold it, how would you attach your acetate? How do you like to attach it?
Double-sided adhesive tape. Okay, if you've got score tape, that's a really good one because it is, it's a heavy duty, really good sticky one. But yeah, just use some double-sided adhesive that's strong. Scrapbook.com's got some good ones as well.
Okay, I have sorry again, because I have been looking at the questions, ladies. Somebody was asking earlier what is your favorite technique?
I don't really have one. I love die cutting. I love glimmer. Yeah. Glimmer. Yeah. I love glimmer. I love better press, and I love better press with glimmer. I love embossing folders. There's some things that I didn't like too much for a while, and then as you learn and see some of the things that you can do with them, it's like, oh my God, this is now one of my favorites. Like I didn't like embossing folders for a long time because I had trouble figuring out how to add color and actually have it look good. And more recently, especially with the 3D embossing folders, they are gorgeous. There's so many ways that you can add color to them now that are easier because you've got those deeper wells. And then blackout technique, don't even get me started on that. That is absolutely gorgeous. I did a workshop I've got workshops that happen every month, and one of the more recent ones we did blackout technique, and then I put like iridescent embossing powder over the top. It was gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And somebody said light up cards. Yes, I already talked about that. I do love my light up cards, and they're easy to do. I'm keep showing off that one because it's sitting here. I love that. I never have my light up cards right here because I know that somebody's going to ask me to give them away, and I'm not going to do it. I love them. I don't give them those away.
Okay, somebody's asking, do you think you could do your card, obviously assuming that they don't have those exact dies and that, but on a Cricut?
Absolutely. If there's anything that is a die cut, you can do that on a Cricut. I'm going to cheat. I'm going to actually show you guys a card that I'm doing in an upcoming SVG card making summit. It's not you guys. It's one that's coming up in a couple of months. I haven't even submitted the thing yet, but I just finished putting together one, and it's going to be for Halloween. And this one is done using my Cricut Joy. Okay. I love it. This one's not a light up card, but it does have all of the layers, meaning if you have something like this, if you have an SVG for the snail, you could absolutely do this on your Cricut Joy. If you know how to create SVGs that you can do as cut files, you could do something similar. Okay. If you have a different type of a focal image that you like to do, you can put that on the front of your card. This one, I just used something that I was just really excited about. I thought the snail was super, super cute, so I wanted to use it. But all I did that was different that made this one extra special was added a little bit of glitter. This is some glitter foam. On the Witch card, I used glitter cardstock. So you can do it with any of those. And there are a lot of images in Cricut Design Space that you could use as your focal image. So you can take a background, whatever background you want to do. You take some the acetate to create the shaker, and then you put your little scene over the top of it and glue it all in place, and you've got something very similar to this. It doesn't have to be exact. And that's what I really want to do is I want to show you guys how to do some of the stuff and go dive into your stash and take out some of the stuff you haven't played with for a while, but you love, and turn it into something similar. Doesn't have to be exact. This could be a dog. This could be a flower. It could be whatever you want as being your focal image, whatever you want to draw the eye in, and then have the shaker bits as being a fun background. So absolutely. Did I over answer that again?
No, Debbie, it's seriously, because you're adding where people go, oh, so it's okay if I don't maybe find the snail on the Cricut or whatnot, or
Yeah.
I don't like Cricuts. I'd rather have who knows what. I'm just saying, So
exactly.
just like you're letting people
there may
get
be
loose and
something
do
that
what
you
they like.
absolutely love. Absolutely. We did.
Yes.
I don't have it here. Anyway, I pulled out my Cricut Joy partially because I don't use it often. Okay, I need to use it more often because there's more that you can do with it. It is really cool. But I pulled it out earlier this week to create because I knew I had this project I needed to work on. But I went ahead and pulled it out. Well, you know what? I'm doing a live stream with Elizabeth. We're going to be doing something with a stamp set that we both just got. We did a live stream together with my friend Mary for the May the 4th be with you. So
Okay,
we did
yeah.
some stuff having to do with Star Wars, and both of us went ahead and ordered a new stamp set from Kindred Stamps that has Grogu on it, because Grogu is super cute. So I went ahead and pulled that out, and I made my own sentiment. And so it wrote out the sentiment that I wanted to do, and it cut it out for me. So even if you don't have the right sentiment or whatever, you can make your little cutting machine do the things. I got my scan and cut initially so that I wouldn't need dies. And then now I do a lot of die cutting. It's kind of where you can do both of them. I even used my scan and cut that day so that I could cut out my images because I didn't have the dies for that specific stamp set. So you can use the different tools to do similar things. They're just tools. It's like having a Phillips head screwdriver and a flathead screwdriver. They're both screwdrivers. They both do the same job. They just do it a little bit differently. For that matter, you could use a butter knife and do the same thing that you can do with a flathead screwdriver, but you may damage that and you may not get as quick results. So use the tools you've got, but know that there are more tools out there that may make it easier or give you more ideas.
That's an excellent comparison. Like,
Here's
really,
a
I
better
like
one.
that.
The snail. If you're really good at it, you could cut out the snail using scissors. So you could download a picture and cut it out with scissors. You could do this on regular paper instead of cardstock. You're going to get a different result depending on what kind of tools you have, but you can still use any of the tools you have in your toolbox already to make the same kind of thing.
That's excellent. Yeah, and you're right, 100%. So I'm going to read something else from Amy. She says, strange question. I don't have a lot of stamps, but I love to heat emboss. Is there any way to ink stuff off my Cricut for heat embossing? Pens I could trace with. So
Yes, use a glitter pen. I mean a glue pen. That's going to be probably the best way to do it with that. There are, I think it's like the Quickie glue pen. I've got one around here somewhere, but I really don't use it often. Another tip with that one is if you draw with it, you can also, you should be able to also foil with it. So if you have toner foil, you can stick it down to that. And these are some of the techniques that I haven't used in a very long time that I really need to do a video on. So somebody remind me later today to put that on my list. Otherwise, I'm going to forget. And I know it. My brain goes a million miles an hour, and then I forget half the stuff that I was thinking of. But you can do that with the heat embossing. Basically, just needs something for the embossing powder to stick to. So you could use a Quickie glue pen and just draw it yourself, because that is a really good way to do things too. My brain is just kind of moving. Oh, did you also know that you can emboss water? If you do splatter on your card and then pour embossing powder on top of that, the embossing powder will stick to the water droplets, and you can emboss that for an embossed splatter effect. So anything that the embossing powder will stick to on your card, you can heat emboss that. Versamark used to make a pen version. Yes, I actually have one, but it's not really going to be small enough. It's too thick. It's too big around to fit into your machine. So you do need to make sure whatever pen you want to use has that. Another way that you could try doing it is have it draw out and then trace over it with that Versamark or Versamark pen, or she's talking to you, Kristen. Okay. Or the Quickie glue pen or whatever, or trace over it. You can do that. So basically anything. Okay, thank you, Ruth. Ruth just sent me a reminder in Discord. Okay, thank you, honey. So anything that you can get the embossing powder to stick to is going to work. If it can hold that embossing powder, you can emboss it.
Okay. Yeah, sorry, I was scrolling and I'm like, oh, I lost where I was up to, but I'm going to get there in a second. It's just not as easy to scroll one moment.
Well, I'm happy. It's like I did that. I did the video. Did I do that? I don't remember. I was going to send out an email this morning. I don't know if I did it. Maybe I scheduled it yesterday. I don't remember. I know I sent out an email last night saying, come visit us this morning. So hopefully that's one reason why we got it so busy in here. I love it. I love that you guys are here.
Melanie is saying that heat embossing was very interesting. I've never seen that before. Your blended ink techniques were interesting to see too. Where can you get your inks? Or maybe I'm going to ask, what are the inks that you were using as well?
These, looking at it, it's probably Simon Hurley. The inks should be listed in the supply list. Speaking of Simon Hurley, I'm
And while she
sorry.
looks right, ink, if it's Simon Hurley, I mean, he's very well known right now. He's big out there. You can get it at, I'm going to say any, yeah, because actually those celeries I've already have on order right now.
Oh yeah, well,
You can get
I
them at
was
your local stores
lucky.
or ask them to carry them.
I love Simon, and he is super, super sweet. I've met him in person at Creativation, and he sent me these and a couple of his brushes to show off. Of course, I had to go back and order more of the brushes, so I've got enough for all of my colors. Yeah, so I've got all
Okay, so
12.
what do you like better of those brushes versus other brushes?
I'm not going to say that it's where I like them better yet. I'm still learning them. So far, they are giving good coverage. You do need to put plenty of ink on them. And it's kind of where I tend to use these. I think on the video, I'm using these big brushes that I got off of Amazon, that some of the other companies have got something similar.
Yes.
And I've been using these for years. Okay. So I've actually had to replace one because the brush piece just completely came off. That's where the glue came undone. But I've been using them for years, and it is good for getting coverage over the whole thing. These other ones, I think, lean more into my liking to do heavy pressure. Okay, I'm heavy-handed. I tend to do that. These work well so that I can get a smoother blend of a lighter color, and then I go over it again. The other ones help me put more down without having the harsh lines. So they have been working out pretty well, and I have been using them more lately. So do I have a card here where I use them? No, I don't. I don't know. Anyway, we'll probably use them this afternoon.
Okay. And then so
I'm sorry, I just glanced
That's
over there,
okay.
and Susan Trimper says, I'm closing my eyes. Sorry, Simon, trying my stash. She doesn't want the new ones. Well, I've also got his other ones that are the felt ones. His older ones are felt, the newer ones are foam pads. So the inks are the same formulation. If you get the same color, it's the exact same color. It's just the way that the pad works differently.
I was
So I
actually going
am
to ask you
finding,
about these new inks. So
yeah. I mean, I am finding it very interesting, and I've also used them with these guys, and that's how I did it for my little. All of this is white cardstock that I used. These I got off of Amazon and just did a pouncing thing to do all the coloring. So all of those are done with the pouncers.
All right.
Like I said, tools. You just find tools that you like. I've got the paper pouncers too from Picket Fence Studios, and I love those too. They take up more space. These little guys don't. So it depends on how much cardstock am I needing to cover. And if I need a little space, these work great for the little spaces. Just like I've got on order some new smaller blending brushes coming in. I think they're the Alta News, and those are supposed to be here today, I think. But yeah, I kind of started rethinking some of the stuff I've got in my stash, and I think it's probably Simon's fault. So some of the brushes that he says that he uses are ones that I went ahead and I ordered to try out.
There.
Yeah.
Joyce is asking, what was that cute little magnet you used to pull off your dies? And she says, your card's adorable, by the way.
Okay. It's probably this one. I don't remember. I need to go back and watch the video because I recorded that like a couple months ago. Anyway, it's probably this one. And this is actually just something from the Dollar Tree. This is one of those extension magnets in the automotive section for like when, okay, you're working on your car, guys. You're a guy, you're working on your car and you drop a bolt and it goes down under the engine. You don't want to climb under the engine. So you do your magnet. My husband's got one with a bigger magnet on there that he uses. But this was $1 at the Dollar Tree. Now it would be $1.25. Most of the Dollar Trees have got them. So I've got several of those. If it wasn't that, it might have been, I don't remember which one I used, but I've also got the new Glassboard Studios. I've got one of the Glassboard Studios mats, and I got this cute one. I got this cute little one. It's adorable. This is actually working really well in conjunction with what I already have on my desk, because I can work on this and then I can move it out of the way so that I can keep working. And that's
That
really
is
good,
magnetic?
especially
Is that
when you're
what that is?
recording like I do.
That's magnetic?
Yeah. This
Okay.
one is from Glassboard Studios. Where did I put my magnet that was on my desk?
Okay. No, but
Okay. But yeah, it's got a metal plate on the back.
Yeah, well, that's what I was noticing on the other side. So, okay,
Yeah,
so it's
it's from
holding your die
Glassboard
so you
Studios.
can.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's one of this is their small one. I asked that, actually, again, Creativation. I love Creativation. If you guys have not seen any of my Creativation videos, go back and watch. It's basically a trade show for companies and suppliers, stores and suppliers, to get together and decide who's going to have what in what store, so that you get to know each other. I'm there as a creative professional, so I've gone, this is my 4th year going, and sometimes they give you swag. And this was the swag that I got from Glassboard Studios. They did contact me beforehand and say, hey, oh, here's my other magnet. This thing is friggin' strong too. Here's one of the magnets that they're offering now. I've also got, do I have my bag of magnets over here? This looks a little lumpy because it's all the magnets holding onto each other, but this is one of their little magnets. And by the way, my link bio has got links to all of my affiliate companies and stuff. So if you're interested in any of the stuff that I show on any video, you can go to my link bio, which is debbiejscraftingcorner.com/link bio to find all the things. Yeah, I'm having to pull these apart. So this is where I had another Glassboard Studios mat. It's a big one, and I found that the glare was a little bit too much because it was white. And these are the ones that came on it. They look like little pawns, you know, like when you're playing chess or something. And they redid them, and so now they look like this, and they're actually stronger. But now I've got additional ones. This one is a ruler, and it is very strong.
That's all from Glassboard.
This is all from Glassboard, absolutely.
See,
and I've also got
going, what my clients would like. I have a feeling I'm going to contact
there's
them.
Something else. I can't pick the thing up. A modular little storage thing for my desk. Let me see if I can pick it up without pieces falling apart. Yeah, it just slid.
We didn't see that. Don't worry.
Each of them can slide on and off. It's all modular, so you can make it fit however you want to. And they come in lots of different colors. So yeah, this is also from Glassboard Studio. Yeah, and it lives on my desk now. Yeah, I love it.
There you go.
I wasn't meaning this to be all about promoting product, guys. I'm sorry. I mean, it's just that when you find tools that you like, you got to tell people about them.
No, and it's good because, I mean, trust us, you are showing us quite a bit here. You really are. So
okay, that means you're going to have to bookmark this video, guys, and go back and watch again, because you're not going to remember all the things. You're going to have to come back and watch it again. Is that 8.5 by 11 size? This one is. I'm going to measure it on my glass mat, my other mat. It actually comes to about 12 wide, and vertical it comes to about 9. So it's a 9 by 12. It is the smallest size you're going to see on their website, and they told me that it was their unofficial, so it's not named this, their unofficial travel size. And I think it works great. Right now I'm using a Tim Holtz glass mat, and a lot of you guys have probably got that. It's the one that's black and then it's got a little white section, and that works great for when I'm doing video, because you don't really get a whole lot of glare on it, except for when I do anything with black, because then you can't see it because it all blends in with the black. But I can bring this out, the pretty pink. It really doesn't have the glare that the white one does. Okay. I found that. But I can put this like vertical here. I can magnetize my paper down. I can do my ink blending on it. I can use it with stencils. I do like sticky mats better. The sticky grit, the gigantic stamps, I like those from the other companies better for stenciling at the moment. But this is also really great to be able to just hold your paper in place when you're doing your ink blending and stuff.
I'm going to kind of combo a couple questions because I can't find exactly one that I saw, and it
No
moves fast,
problem.
which is fine, ladies. Keep going. But basically, there was one lady who asked, "How do you come up with your designs?" And somebody else is asking, "What inspires you?" So, maybe that.
I tend to be inspired by whatever it is that I'm playing with. I mentioned that I'm on design teams, and majority, I'd say 85-90% of what I do at this point has been for Spellbinders products. And I love all Spellbinders products, which makes and the reason I'm having that much stuff that I do, besides the club kits, the clubs come automatically. But each month they say, "Here's a new collection. Would you like to play with this and do a video or do Instagram or whatever for it?" And then I look at it and say, "Yes, please." Because I love the stuff. I absolutely love their products. Their dyes are very good quality, and they have some of the cutest designs. I mean, yeah, we got some really cute stuff coming up this month that you guys are going to love. So I say yes a lot, and by the time I get it, and then I get a chance to play with it, I forgot what I was thinking at the time that I said yes. So what I wind up doing is if it's a die cut, I start die cutting the things, and then I start playing with the individual pieces, and the card design kind of evolves from that. Now, if you're brand new, that's probably not going to work for you. What I recommend if you are brand new is look on Instagram, look on Pinterest, look on YouTube, and see some card designs that you are interested in that you think it would be cool to make something similar, and use that as your inspiration for what you're going to create. What you'll find over time, if you do enough cards, you're going to find what you like the best. What kind of, for instance, on most of my cards, you're going to see that they have an 1/8 of an inch border around the edges. I have changed that a little bit lately because I got this guy from Pear Blossom Press. The same people that make the lights. There's the T-square, which has jigs on there so that you can make bigger borders around. And if they've got a 3/8 and a 1/2 inch. So I've been practicing with that lately. The reason I went with the 1/8 of an inch, I'll be quite honest with you, is because I couldn't line up I couldn't line up a panel to save my life. It's like there's no way I could get a 1/4 inch or a 1/2 inch or 3/8, any of that as a border around it. There's just no way I could do it. It would always be crooked. So with a little sliver, I can line that up. So that's
Um,
one thing that I like on mine. Plus, I like foam on mine. So there's some things that you'll find on most of my cards, and that's just because I played around enough copying other people's designs that I discovered what I like. And now when I go to put something together, if you watch one of my videos or one of my live streams, you'll see it. I will put the background panel down. I will drop my focal image on there, and because I'm deciding, okay, is this the background I want to use for it? And it's like, oh, that looks perfect. And that's what I go with. So it's
okay.
really weird when it comes to the designs on that one. It's weird. There's parts of it that are in the back of my brain because I've done it enough and I understand it.
Uh,
Susie wants to know
there's
if you
one.
deal
Oh,
with
sorry, go ahead.
glassboard.
Go ahead.
No.
Susan, see, I haven't even asked. Trust me, Susan, I've heard of them, I've seen them before, but there's a lot of new product now that I'm like, ooh. So I'm gonna, like I said, I was asking questions myself, and I'm gonna
Yeah.
get back to it. It's got to see,
And my
pricing
link
and
does give
everything.
you a 15% off. So
But
when Tracy gets it, I'm sure she's gonna get a good discount on what she's able to offer, I'm sure.
yeah, so, and Arlene, sorry to anybody else who's new here. Trust me, Heather is quiet because she is working back there, trying
She's
to get it
making
all
sure we
back
stay online.
back the summit back going back at it there. Everybody's gonna get an email saying, whew, it's ready to go again. Okay, sorry, don't worry. And if anybody's on the, is not a VIP, if you're gonna lose an hour here, you're gonna get an hour extra. Don't worry, you're not gonna lose out on this one, okay? We promise that. So yeah, it says, it's the fun of technology right now.
Yeah, tech is fun.
Yeah. So okay, here's an interesting question. Debbie, what's the black thing moving back there on your craft stash mountain? I don't even want to, I'm not going to read the rest of what she
Oh,
thought it was
she's
because I
probably
don't
talking
like,
about this. It's a
maybe,
hat. I was gonna
maybe.
do an intro to my witch card, and when I recorded it, it's like I was doing with this. I've got a mic up here, and because I had my hair down, and I was doing it with that, and it's like, no. First off, you can't see me because it was the black was over my face. It was just too dark, so I decided not to do it. But that's what that is. That's basically it's a witch's hat. Yeah.
Oh, there you
And
go.
if it was moving, it's because the air AC is on. I'm in Florida, so it's hot here, and so we have the AC on all year.
All right. Sorry, I'm just going quickly because I've been way down at the bottom of the questions. Um, yes, yes. So again, I know we've got issues with the site. We're working on it. Okay.
I just saw Ruth's question where she was asking about that. She said, "I thought it was a spider."
Yeah, yeah. I'm not, again, I don't read those where I don't like that. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Sorry here. I'm just, does anybody have any other questions for Debbie and her project?
This has been fun.
Go for it, because um, and I may have missed one. So if I have, I'm sorry. Just please, just you can even ask it again. I'll see it. I'm just, yeah.
Okay, I
Um,
just see Melanie. I'm at the
Go
bottom
ahead.
too. So if you want to look from the top, I can look from the bottom. We might
Let's,
be
yeah.
able to get everybody's things. Melanie was asking, since we are watching the videos for the summit presentations on YouTube, we cannot access the presentation, say in the bio below the YouTube video. Can we watch the videos on YouTube? I do know that the these lives are going to be on here forever. So you can even go back and watch the live Q&As from last year. They're still up. The presentations, the only way you get to watch those again are going to be if you got the all access pass or VIP pass. I don't remember what we're calling it, but you have to get the pass to be able to see those.
Yes. Yeah, very good. Thank you, Debbie. Somebody's asking again, I know, and you may have missed it, and that's okay, about the scored acetate.
Okay,
All she wrote, so
when I
go ahead,
do
show your
scored
envelopes
acetate,
again.
yeah, I'll show the things again, but I'm going to get out my
Yes.
scoreboard. This is the scoreboard that I use. This one is EK Success. Any scoreboard will work. And if you line up your acetate on there and score it well, you're going to have to score it multiple times because it's plastic. It doesn't really want to do. And then what I tend to do is I'll wind up laying the acetate over the side with the score on the edge to fold it, or on the side of my desk, because that's about the only way that you're going to be able to do that. If you don't want to go through that trouble and are willing to buy the product for it, this works wonderful. It's already scored. And this is perfect size for an A2 size card. This is from Rabbit Hole Designs. It's an A2 shaker acetate sheet. And if you've got my link for Pear Blossom Press, which most people do, they do sell it at Pear Blossom Press as well, along with the lights. And this is only $10. Okay. And the T-square. Little T-square, perfect size for A2 size cards. Plus, it's got the jigs. I use this on almost every card. And I've only had it for like a couple months, but now it's indispensable. I have to have it.
Have you ever used watercolor paper for your cards or journals?
I have. I'm not good at watercolor, and I'll be honest, I kind of forget about it. Watercolor paper is more expensive. I do have several of them because whenever I buy it when it's on sale. And I'm going through some of my stash because I need to get rid of things. And I'm coming across, oh, I forgot that I had this. Mm-hmm. My only issue with it is I tend to use A2 size everything. So everything is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And I always feel like I'm wasting some of the card when I cut a watercolor sheet down to the right size. There's always a strip. That I don't get to use and I have to waste it. I don't like wasting stuff. That makes sense. But yeah, I do that. And that's one of the techniques that I want to get back into is actually using watercolor. I was watching, who was it? Oh, Christina Werner. I was watching Christina Werner a little bit. She did a live stream this week where she did heat embossing. She basically did the same kind of technique as what I did in the background here, the resist, but she did it on watercolor paper. And she did, instead of doing the ink blending, she watercolored over it, and it works the same way, and it is gorgeous. So I kind of want to get back and do some of that too. I know, Ruth, it would cost a lot for me to mail all my stuff to the UK. Okay, I'm going to tell something that's a little bit exciting. I've been talking about this a little bit lately because I was coming up to the edge and I really wanted to do it like now, but I'm not doing it right now. My channel, my YouTube channel, just made 7,500 subscribers. So thank you guys to everybody who is already subscribed to my channel. You guys rock. We did a thing. And I am planning on doing, and I haven't asked these ladies if they want to participate yet, and you're not on the spot. You can tell me later if you do. But I'm planning on doing a live stream hop from one person to the next, to the next, to the next, and in celebration of that. And it's not going to happen until August, though, because people are on vacation. Some of the creators are on vacation that I want to have involved in this. And so they're going to be on vacation at some point over the next couple of months. So we're putting it off until sometimes in August. And I think what I'm going to add to that is going to be one or more D-Stash giveaways. I have been on the Spellbinders specific, their influencer team, for 4 years come July, which means I have a lot of Spellbinder stuff that is up to 4 years old. And what I'm planning on doing is destashing some of my older stuff. So I have a lot of work to do between now and then just to decide some of the things I would get rid of. So that may be coming, but yeah, we did pass the 7,500 mark, and I am really excited about that. And yeah, Leslie, you are correct. And I tend to not ever get around to doing that. I mean, I did use a little bit of a border. She says that you can use the excess leftover strips and make watercolor. Arlene says watercolor tags. Somebody else was saying leftover strips and use them as borders. Absolutely. I'm still trying to get rid of all of my colored cardstock leftovers. And I'm sure that I've got bins in my junk room from years ago where I never did get around to using it. Nobody else has that problem, do they? Do you keep your scraps?
No, nobody has that.
Nobody keeps their scraps, and then you're making something and you've got scraps and you try to use all the pieces, but you know what? Then it turns out the thing you need to cut out is too big for the scraps. And you have to get a new piece of paper, and then you create more scraps.
Right. So what do you like to do for fun other than crafting?
Other than crafting. Fortnite has a new.
Sorry, I'm gonna, Suzette. I've never, ever, ever seen Debbie quiet before.
Oh, well, Fortnite kind of is doing a thing today too, and I really want to get in there. Over the last, Fortnite is a video game. If you guys don't know, it is a shooter game. So pew pew, I get to pew pew when I get stressed out and when I get really tired, and that means I probably play worse. But one of the fun things in there is they change it up all the time, and you get to change what skin your character is wearing and all the things. Anyway, it's a lot of fun. I play with one of my buddies, usually playing on Fridays. And beginning of May, they started doing it all Star Wars themed. So it's been Star Wars intense for the last month. And today they are changing it over. They're changing all of the things, and it's supposed to be superhero themed, and we're supposed to have Superman. We're supposed to be able to become Superman. And I've heard that we're supposed to be able to fly. So that would be fun. So that's pretty much what I wind up doing. I do watch, like I said, I watch a lot of YouTube. I like to create and craft. I like tech, believe it or not, which is probably one reason why I have so many difficulties with it. I do like tech, and I like adding things to my OBS streams. I like creating. I think it's just that I like creating in all the different ways. So we've got paper creating. We've got, I'm working on a membership site, behind the scenes. I'm doing all the things myself. One woman show, so that's why it's taking so long. But I'm working on that. I'm always adding something to my live streams. A lot of you guys already know that. Some type of effect or something that you can do. And I'm always working on that kind of thing. But these are things that I really like doing. So I don't think I would ever be able to, well, maybe. I don't know how soon, let's say how soon I would be willing to pay somebody to do any of those things, because I like being in control of it, for one, and number two, I like doing it.
Yeah.
I even like editing my photos for my posts that go up. I use Canva and I love using that. So I don't know. I guess that kind of I don't really like to exercise, but I'm starting to do it again. And you know how when you used to go to the gym and you go back and you come back and you think, "Oh my God, I'm home." Because
Well,
it did make you feel good once you got into that kind of shape. So I'm starting that up again.
well, good. Good luck, and
Oh, and I
give
like
me some of
hanging
that
out with my
energy to do
husband.
it too. Okay.
Well, yeah, I started back this week. I did
So,
3 days of intense stuff with an old workout. It was somebody that I actually used her workout back before I got married, which was 14 years ago, to get into the shape, to get into the dress. Everybody does that, right? And so I found where I was able to actually get a PDF of the different workouts. So I just started that back, and I've only done day 3, and I have been really sore the last 3 days.
mm,
And today
well,
I was supposed to do day 4, but you know what? I couldn't go to the gym before doing this.
but it's
So
a good pain. It's a good pain.
yeah,
It's
my
not
husband's
fun,
laughing at
but
me
it's a
because
good reason.
I keep yelling, "Ow." So the Todd, yeah, he keeps laughing. Okay, yes, Susan, I will tell the Todd
All right.
hi for you. He said Sam's right now.
So, to everybody, because we may have to let Debbie go, because I know she's got something else to get going on.
That doesn't
And
start until noon, though.
Heather,
I could stay.
yeah, no, I know, but I'm like, Heather might be like,
Y'all have
I
other
need
stuff
some
to
peace
do.
to really focus on this here. Let's be honest. I know,
Hi guys, we're working on it. We're getting there.
I know you are.
It's like
Okay, so for everybody, trust me, we're going to get it up and running again. It's just,
I did send an email out to everyone saying that it's
I,
down. So there's an email out there. I
yes,
posted in the Facebook group. This is just you guys. You love the content too much, and
Yeah.
you're hitting it, and that's exactly what happens. It's impossible for us to pre-plan this
Heck,
because
even when you guys are having the issues like this, I wind up finding that I had to change my hosting server because my website was getting bogged down just for the summits.
yeah,
It's like when there's a summit, that's when you guys are just coming because you're wanting to get access to my bonuses and stuff. And like that was slowing my site down.
yeah.
So
So when
yeah.
you think
And that's just
there's
one person.
10,000,
Think about it.
yeah, there's
Yeah, you
10,000
gotta
people.
yeah,
There's
they've got
10,000 people
so many more
registered.
people. Yeah.
Yeah, there's 10,000 people registered and 10,000, not all of them are hitting the site at the same time, but we can't recreate that on our own. So it's a very
No,
difficult
there's
one
no
to
way.
test.
Yeah.
But we are in the process of doing a little bit of an upgrade. We will see if it solves the problem.
Bye,
going to,
Susan. Susan
okay.
Trimber just said bye.
So yeah, he's working on it. So we're getting there, but we will be back. And as Tracy said, we'll extend the time based on the amount of time we're down. We always do this, so you won't lose any opportunity to see what's there. Life happens. That's the
And
only way to
I
say
wanna
it. We
know.
don't get stressed by it. It's just what happens.
And when you guys make something based on this as inspiration, again, you don't have to make it a snail. But when you make something, when you
There's
make
nothing
a
wrong with
shaker
snails.
easel,
I just used it as an example, Debbie. That's
no,
all.
no. That's exactly right. I mean, it's where
Yeah,
you don't have this die. If you've got something
yeah,
similar, make a shaker easel card, and I want to see pictures. Post
yes.
pictures.
Do
Tag
post them.
me.
Go to our Facebook group. You know,
Yes.
if you're not on Facebook, feel free to send Debbie. Say, look, this is what you inspired me to do, right?
I do have a Discord,
So,
and they can always post in there if you want to join my Discord. Again, everything is on my link bio, and you guys have got access to
yeah.
that. So you can join my Discord, and there is a section which several of the people in the chat already know that's called Stream Showcase. Post your pictures there, and when I go live on Tuesday, I will show off your work. So we have
Yes.
we stop the creating, and I pull that up on my screen, and I show off everybody's cards for the week. So yeah, if you want to show me what you got, if you want to show everybody else because you're proud because you know it turned out awesome, because it will, go ahead and post it over there. We want to see it.
And sorry, Ruth, no estimate, as in we're hoping, minutes, half an hour, but we don't know. Okay.
It's also the
But
beginning
you
of the
will
weekend.
get,
So yeah, when you get the email, you know that you've got the time because they are going to extend the time because Heather
yes,
and Tracy are super awesome.
yes. And then Sandy pointed out the VIP site is working. Yay,
Okay.
thank you. So another reason, right? But
They can't
yes,
buy the
trust
VIP
me.
until the site comes back up. So
Yeah. No, well, that's true too. Eh? But yeah, it's going to get working again. It happens. Okay, it's tech, but yes, we're gonna be doing it. So, okay. Nobody's gonna lose out except for this last whatever half hour, but you think I'd entertain with Debbie. Like, come on. Perfect
I
timing,
know.
Debbie. Thank you.
Hey, actually, yeah, come join me on my channel at noon. We're going to be playing Spellbinder stuff. So yeah. YouTube, Debbie
Well,
J's Crafting
you
Corner.
kind of
I'm
like
Debbie J's
we
Crafting
also
Corner
have another
everywhere.
speaker at noon. Sorry.
Oh well,
We will
yeah.
have
Well, you
to
can
be
they
speaking
can
with
they can pop
Molly.
in. They can come in and out. I'm sure I'm going to be on there for a
Exactly.
couple of hours. So
Exactly. But go for it. Okay. So thank you everybody for your patience in that. We're gonna get going. We're gonna get it going, I should say.
love you guys.
Yes, but Debbie, we thank you because honestly, your work is amazing.
Oh, thank you so
Just yeah.
much.
So
I still
thank
have
you,
I still
thank
have imposter syndrome. So whenever you say that, that just it's like I'm thinking they're lying. But
you.
that's why
No.
I'm glad that I realized that people come just because they want to see what train wreck might happen on the street.
There you go.
Exactly. We
All
try to
right.
have fun. That's my goal
And
is to
yes,
have fun.
if you missed anything, please do watch the replay because you'll be like, wow, this Debbie is a character. Okay. But anyways, enjoy everybody. Thank you, thank you. We will see you again at noon.
Bye guys.